Hello. I can't get my seat to work. Hello, everybody. Hello. Greetings to one and all. I was bored waiting, so I just started. Hello. Where are you? Say hello and where you're watching. How can Kate and Vanilla Ink be watching? Today I have another pint of diesel. In the garden, Alan. It's a lovely day for it. Anyone else been out in the garden? We ate lunch in the garden. It was lovely. Just lovely. It's a nice day for washing your clothes again. It's just lovely. Bryony's at home. Some of us are stuck at home. Hello from Edinburgh, Scotland's other city. Bex is in sunny but cold Yorkshire. You should come up here, it's lovely, but you can't. Zoe's in the garden, lovely stuff. Jill's in Ireland, brothers and sisters across the water. Ashley's in her shed. Hello, my name's Kate and I'm fae Glasgow, which is not the slang for Glasgow, it's Glasgow. So you can always tell somebody who is pretending to be a Ouija because they say Glasgow, which is not the slang for Glasgow, it's Glasgow. So away back to Fife. Speaking of Fife, Steph's checking in from Fife, Sally's from Shropshire, Lucy's in Cornwall, how's it doing down there? Val's in Devon. Alexandra from good old Glasgow, just round the corner from my studios, which we missed. Right, we're broken through the magic 30 already, so let's just get on with it. Right, so today you're joining me because I don't know what we're doing. That's right, we're covering a signet ring. So, signet ring, and the shape of it is chosen, Fife for life, I know, or chosen from my boy Jake, whose birthday it is today. It's Jake's birthday today. And he is 13 today, which terrifies the life out of me. I have an actual teenager instead of just ones pretending to be a teenager. So, hello in particular to Jake's mum, who has decided that she's going to be watching as well from out in the back. So, yep, Jake's birthday, he's 13 today, which terrifies the life out of me. I ate pancakes for his birthday, but there were no eggshells in his pancake. Eggshells in my pancake. Eggshells, eggshells in my pancake. Eggshells. See if anybody knows anybody who owns a recording studio or something like that, right? Please can they donate a day where I can go in and record the greatest hits, Vanilla's greatest hits of lockdown. Like, what's your favourite burner? What's your favourite burner? And eggshells in my pancake. Why are bowls so heavy? What are you looking forward to most? Right? So I want to record the greatest hits of lockdown. It'd be amazing. And the Jurassic Park theme tune as well. Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park, it's a film about some dinosaurs. Right. I'm using this only because it's got the height on it. If you don't, if you don't have any of that, the high one, don't worry about it. We're just going to get by with what we can, okay? So traditionally, signet rings are maybe round. What we're going to do today is make a square-headed one, and that's because some of you might not have done this before, and I know there's everyone from loads of different skill levels. So what we're going to do is make it square, and it'll make it easier. And for those of us who want to make it a little bit more advanced, we could make it octagon. Okay, put some nice chamfered edges on it. So let's get going with the tool list. And for this particular thing, just make it whatever finger size you want. Make it to fit you, make it to fit your pinky. So you can be like quite papal and people can kiss your ring. So what we're needing, that's a good shout, Alana. Lockdown birthdays should be carried forward over the next 2 years like annual leave. Annual leave doesn't carry over. What kind of employer are you? So I've got this wax in it. What are you looking forward to more? Kate's just put capital letters get on with it. Shocking. If you've got a quarter, use a quarter. You need a ring stick to get your finger size. You'll need a big bastard file and various other files, okay? But that's about it, it's pretty simple. And of course we'll need the saw and some blades. Okie dokie. Where's my big saw blade? Here it is. So it's alright, Christina, if your wax is a wee bit short, that's fine, don't worry. So I'm using this big guy to chop this off, so just use whatever you can get your hands on. Right, so square. So it's going to be square at the top, and I'm going to make mine wide. I'm going to start off quite wide, and I'm going to make it 15mm wide. We can always refine it. If you don't have a piece that's 15mm wide, just make it as wide as you can, basically. So I'm just going to reset my, what do you call these calipers here? Set it to about 15mm. I don't need dividers for this. I'm just going to use the calipers to drag a line. Go, and the line scribed on there. See it, see it, see it, and chop it. Which is not a good catchphrase. So this saw blade is great for just cutting the wax tube like this in a straight line. Not so good for intricate cutting, but jolly super good for this. There we go. Cut off. Okay, and that's about 15mm. Back in a second, I'm just going to take my hoodie off, right, because it's roasted. I'm still here, don't worry. Nobody wants a nude Scott on live on the internet. I'm back. I'm back. I am cutting it, Sarah, to 15mm. If you want to make it a little bit narrower, then that's absolutely fine. Do what you want. Green line envy. I know, it's so sexy. Look at it. Let's see your cheek, Alana. Caps off indeed, Ali. Okay, so the first thing to do is to get this on finger size, okay? So either file it out, use your wax corer. Time for some therapy as we core away the inside. I was delighted to see so many of you who did the lockdown saw piercing last week. It was great. There were some incredibly impressive results coming out in it. It was magic. Big shout out to Hannah Muir, who made a pair of earrings. So I'm going to make mine size O for onomatopoeia. O-N-O-M-A-T-O-P-O-I-A, onomatopoeia, onomatopoeia. Oh, a wee smidge more probably, yeah, wee smidge more, and then that's me. Any alternatives to a corer? You can saw it out. So if you're using the adapted big wide blade, don't use a wax blade or an 8 saw blade or a wood saw blade, and you can saw it out first. If not, you just unfortunately have to file it out, I'm afraid, and then you can catch up. But yeah, you can file it out. Or some ones are a wee bit narrower, like that, right? And they can actually work as a wax corer. You put them through like that, and then you twist them, and that works the exact same as a wax corer, just not quite as efficiently. Alright, so it works quite well. And there's your first tip, and you get that one for free. No, what's the phrase? You get your money's worth, and now the rest of the show's free. Right, so signet rings. So what we want to do, obviously this is too tall. It's far too tall, it's too tall. It's not going to work. So what I want to do is take it down a little bit. Now Kate sent me through a picture earlier on of what she had, and it's pretty much the perfect height. So once you've got it on size, okay, then we're going to measure the height from here, the top of the ring, from the inside up. And I'm going to make it, that's Kate's, about 5 mil, a bit, Kate, about yours. I'm going to make mine 6 millimeters. So I'm going to mark on here 6 mil. So you might not see, no, you can't really see, but right in the centre of my ring there's a dot, just where I have measured 6 millimeters from the bottom part here, from there up to there, and that dot there is 6 mil. So Kate's is 4 mil, so just make it 4, okay? I'm going for a little bit extra height. So we want it from here to here, and I've marked that 6 mil. Now, if you have dividers, which are over here, back in a minute. So if you have dividers, you can set them now from the top to the wee dot that you made. If not, scribe on by hand as accurately as you can. Where am I? So I'm just going to scribe along there, scribe along here. So can we see the lines that I've just marked along there? So I'm now just going to chop that straight off. Off with its head! Where am I? Cut it down to height. Okay, and then I'm just going to give it a wee file on top. So, I've got it on finger size. I marked on the height that I wanted it to be. I chopped it off and then I gave it a file so it's nice and smooth on top. How are we doing? What stage are you at? What are you up to? Where am I? Can I keep going? You want me to hang off? That was a lot of questions. Tell me. Are you all busy working? Do you mean the wax courers are super cheap on eBay, Kate? These wee things. I think that's where we got ours. I'm sure Kate will confirm, but that's our wax courers. We got them on eBay. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but see here, along here, sometimes you'll get ring sizes. Don't trust them. They're always wrong. A bit like me. So use your actual ring sizer. It's like the wedding ring stretcher. The sizes on there are just never bloody right either. Right. So Steph has been looking for our bastard file that's right in front of her. This is because that no matter where you are, this is now a jeweller's bench. Jeweller's benches are magic, and what they do is they hide tools from you, even though they're right in front of you, and you go, where's that? And you turn away and you look back and it's suddenly there, because jeweller's benches are magic and they make tools disappear all the time. I'm sure you'll all agree and know that. Next stage. We want to find the exact centre of here, because obviously a nice signet ring has a nice part in the centre, nice sloped shoulders and a bit in the middle. If it's a wee bit wonky, I mean, you're doing something a wee bit cool there, aren't you? Now, if you want to make a wonky signet ring, pure gun yourself. But we're wanting to find the centre. Now this is where this is advantageous, because it's nice and flat. And it is 28mm. So I'm just going to set my dividers here. Again, if you don't have calipers or dividers, you're just going to have to do it by eye, you crazy cat. Mark the centre there. Now, if I was doing a round one, this is where I would get I would also find not only the centre the way we found it there, but I would find the centre that way as well, which would make a wee cross. And then I would get my dividers and set it to the diameter and twist it round, and that would make a nice circle, and that would be where we would start filing it up to. Making a round signet ring, if you've never done one before, is an absolute ball ache, I'll be honest with you. So that's why we're going to stick to nice flat angles today. And for those of us who want to get a wee bit more advanced, then we'll take chamfered edges off and create an octagon, okay? I think this is going to end up being too high. I think Kate was right with her 4mm or whatever she said. Right, so if this is 15mm, so it's just over 15. It's actually, when I've cut it, I've not really filed in the sides yet, so it's about 15.5. So if I straddle, I always find the word straddle funny. Does exactly what it means. Straddle. 7.5. We're measuring the actual head, Molly, so I'll show you in a minute. So from the centre, I've now set my calipers to 7.5. And I'll put a little dot there. And I'll put a little dot there. And on that dot now, I'll put a couple of lines from the edge. So from the edge now. So I'll show you in a second what I've done. So I'm wondering if you can see that. So can you see? I'm going to scribe on just a wee bit harder because the camera on this is a bit plop. And if if I scribe on here, you'll properly see them then. So can you, right, there you go. See? So that's a nice square head that we've got. So whatever width yours is, so if you're making a 7mm wide Signet ring, make the square head 7mm across as well. So however wide your ring is, however wide you want to make it that. So my ring is 15mm from here to here. So that means that when I've made my square head here, so from here to here is also 15, you know, because squares have equal signs. If it's not equal, then it's a rectangle. So, are we all up to there? That's what you want. How are we doing? Are we at that stage? Everybody keeping up? This is quite methodical. Doing a Signet ring might seem quite complex, but it's quite methodical. Height, top, shoulders, taper, underneath, finish. Quite methodical. Yeah, so there should just be 3 lines. You should have lightly marked your centre, and then you should have marked quite deep to either side. Hello to my friend and neighbour Stephen Paddy Parker, who has decided to join us today. He's not a jeweller, so he's just been curious because he's popped on Facebook and noticed that I'm live and wondering what I'm doing. Thanks for your support. So, obviously, this looks nothing like a Signet ring. So what we want to do now is have these nice sloping shoulders. So there's 2 ways you can do that. What you can do is you can file, but I'm going to have a wee chop of this. So, hello Tori, are you curious too? Are you just hanging about and creeping and watching? Christina keeps getting a rectangle. Don't worry, there's plenty of time to pull it into a square. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, man. So with a scribe or a pointy and a sharp thing, a rubbish one to use here. It's neither pointy nor sharp. But at the sides here, so our lines here, and if you've gone quite deep, if you turn it to the side, you should be able to see what it is. Is just scribe on a line, which goes diagonally across. Now if you're not understanding, I'll show you, right? Give me a minute, just to preempt, in particular Kate going, what are you doing? And I'm trying to scribe these on as deep as possible so you can see what the hell I'm doing. So can you see, can you just see these lines there that I've scribed on? So they come across from a diagonal. So they come from here up to here. So you'll see that that line there joins up with that line there. Okay, so this part here is the part we need to remove now. So I'm going to chop it off with my saw. And remember, this is quite deep gauge, so we're going to file and refine it. So don't worry if it's a wee bit wonky or wobbly just now. There's plenty of time to get this sorted and refined. So this can be quite rough and ready just now, so don't worry about it if it looks a wee bit wonky. Absolutely nothing wrong with that at all. So I'll let Alexis asks what distance down the sides. So it kind of looks like that. As I said, this is rough and ready just now, okay? We're going to start refining this in a second. So as I said, it's quite methodical. Get that down to that, get that down to that. The next stage is we're going to taper that to the back, and then we can all chop it. Yeah, Alana, whatever saw blade you've got, if you've got one of the wax blades, use that, although we've discussed this several times that they're crap. The best kind of saw blade you can get is an 18 teeth per inch wood saw blade, if you can get one. I know the place called Axminster Tools sells wood saw blades and they're 18 teeth per inch, if you can get them. If not, the thickest jeweler's saw blade that we can get is an 8 blade, which is this one, and the teeth are separated enough, which is means they don't clog up with the wax. So as thick a saw blade as you can get. I'm using this one. If you haven't seen me talk about this one before, this is an adapted hacksaw blade where I've just snapped off the end so it fits into our jeweler's saw blades. Okay, so we should get to this stage. Okay, so again, it's quite rugged. It's quite crude at the moment, but we just want to get the general shape of it, and then we'll start chopping it again. How are we all doing? Can I keep going, or you want some time to catch up? It's quite quiet in the chat today. Are you all just busy, or are you piss bored? For those of you who aren't working along, just chat to me then. Keep me entertained. You all busy? There's an animal trying to get in my door. I don't know which one it is. I don't know if it's canine, feline, or child. I'm drinking summer fruits diluting juice. Can you hear the animal trying to get in? Sounds like a bear or a deer, or like a duck-billed platypus or something. I'm not going to let it in. I don't know what it is. What should it look like? It should look like this, Kate. Very, very crude. Okay? We're just, imagine, obviously, a Signet ring, right? Jill has imaginary wax. I have imaginary friends who actually like me for who I am and not what I am. Because nobody does that. I'm curious now. I'm going to find out. I'm going to find out what animal it is. It's a cat. Rosie, hello. It's a cat. Janet says, and this is a great tip, she used a bit of talc to help show up her scored lines. Great tip. That's a really, really good one. Alana Penn, what are you? It's a bit harsh. I'm a human being. Okay. So the next thing we want to do is, that's the width of the head that I want, but we certainly don't want it that wide at the back. So now we have to taper from the back to the top, or the top to the back, okay? So you can either do this by eye, or, Alana, you said not what I am. This is confusing. I mean, I can't concentrate at the best of times, but when people are just throwing spanners and it works like that, I just don't know what's happening. So, yeah, we're going to chop this down. Now, I'm going to do this by eye. If you want, mark on at the back. Don't take it too narrow. If anything, leave yourself a wee bit wider. So I'm just going to chop. So this is exactly at the back, okay? If you want, sit it like that, and then mark exactly where your centre point is at the back. So it's obviously directly opposite the top. And that's where obviously your narrowest point is going to be. So start from there and I'm going to just saw straight up at an angle. So I'll do one side and then you can see what's going on. Watch those fingers, chaps. Obviously the NHS is under enough stress without fuds like you chopping your fingers off. So, top of the ring, side of the ring, side of the ring is tapered. See that? See that? This is where having a peely-wally baldy head is great. So we've tapered that. This side is flat, this side is tapered. I'm now going to flip it over and I'm going to do this side. Okay, you with me? Everybody understanding? So, this looks a little bit more like a Signet ring now. Look, see what's happening? Tapered sides, tapered sides. Okay, so again, everything's really chunky and it's really rough and ready. Like an 80s action hero. And then we're going to refine, okay? So, how are we doing? Have we got to this stage? Is anybody lagging behind? That's the joy of catch-up. So, this video will obviously be available on our timeline once it's done, and we'll also upload it to my YouTube channel where you will find all of the not so daily updates, the previous incapacitated sessions, Project Connects, and my boss. So I'm just catching up with uploading everything. It's difficult to keep tabs on what I've done and what I've not. So I'm getting there. And they're in handy playlists for you to find. So if you're looking for Incapacitated, you would go to my YouTube channel and then go to playlists and it'll tell you Incapacitated sessions, because we're good like that for you. Not you though, but you. No, not you. What's Vanilla Ink's history? Jesus, that's a whole video in itself. We change people's lives via jewellery. It's an experience, Vanilla Ink. You don't just participate, you experience Vanilla Ink. I'll answer that another time. I'll yeah. Go to our website, there's the story there. I don't have the time to tell you because I'll go off in tangents and we'll be here for about 3 hours and we've only got 90 minutes. So get to that stage. I'm just going to file it up gently. So this is the first time, basically, well, second time. We're going to actually use the file now. Vanilla Ink was founded by my lovely darling work wife, not real wife, business partner Kate Pickering in Dundee in 2009, because she left university and didn't know what to do, and there was nothing, so she became the something. And there started Vanilla Ink's journey into making jewellery work for various different things, people. And we do classes, we do commissions, we run an incubator program for jewellers, and we also do social enterprise work. And now we do online stuff as well. But this whole thing is the brainchild of my wee genius pal Kate Pickering, who deserves all the awards that ever existed in the history of ever, because she's a genius. Kate is basically a jewellery pimp. That's what she does. Not all the time. But she's the ideas person, she's the brains behind this. And the looks as well, because I'm certainly not. She's creative, I'm technical, even though I'm a wee bit creative as well. Right? But yeah, here's a brief history of Vanilla Ink. There's a lot more in between that. I joined 3 years ago because more and more people were wanting skills development rather than just professional development and what Kate could offer. And she's not as highly skilled as I am, and therefore she brought me on board. After me freelance teaching for her for a while, and I can't do what she does and she can't do what I do, and that's what makes us a very good team. You're right, Kate does rock and roll. So I've just started to file that up a wee bit. Okay, Kate will be very, very uncomfortable at the moment because she can't take a compliment. How are we doing? Are you getting there? I mean, I've got a 90-minute live video where we can just take our time and hang out and chat and talk rubbish to each other and count down the hours till we can drink gin or wine without feeling guilty about it, which, let's be honest, gets earlier and earlier every day. So Sarah, if you're using the bastard file, it should just rub off, it should just flake off. Use an old toothbrush. If not, see these files, right? See these ones. Hello. This is a set. 4:30 is late to start as a no-gel. This is dropped. I got this with B&Q, right? And you'll get it in a set. So once things calm down a bit and shops are open, if you're wanting to properly wax Carve, you get this and a half round, you get a triangular one and a round one, but you also get a wire brush, which, if you rub it across, gets rid of the clogged up wax in between. And it's great. They're really, really good. So if you look after them, then you look after your files will last longer. Alrighty. How we doing? Not much chat, which means you're either not there, but there's 44 of you here, so I'm assuming that you're all carving away. If you're not carving away, say hello. My friend Ellie has joined. Hi Ellie, love you. This is where we should be just now, okay? But as we can see, it's a chunky boy. So the next stage is to get rid of some of this meat. Now this is beefy, and we want to get that refined quite a fair bit. All right, look at it, too deep. So I'm now going to file away with the bastard file. My beautiful wee friend and our amazing lead tutor Lois Jane Wiseman is watching. Everybody say hello to Lois. If you've been taught by Lois, you'll know how amazing she is. I miss you, Lois. Hi, I hope you're well. Everybody say hi to Lois. So while you're saying hi to Lois, I'm going to start filing. Now, my trademark is I usually leave wee bumps at the back. So I'm going to do that. You're not going to do that because I'll sue you. So I'm going to do one side and then I'll show you in comparison to the other side, okay? Hello to Gillian, who is the genius pants behind Twisted Empire Bakes. Has anyone ever had a Twisted Empire before? Aren't they simply the greatest Empire biscuits in the history of ever? Once this is all over and places that she supplies are back up and running again, if you can, go and seek out Twisted Empire and go and eat them all, because she deserves it. Worry bumps, as Ellie calls them. So Sarah, he's saying, what do you mean by the wee bumps at the back? So, and then Ellie's directly below you saying, worry bumps. We leave little nubbins at the back, and the rings that I wear, I play with them, and it keeps me grounded, and that's exactly what Ellie says. So I create that shape, and it always comes to a point at the back. So this is me now just refining this into a kind of more Signet-y shape, okay? So I'm going to do it to this side so you can see that it's all over the place. So let's refine. So basically, now let's all have a nice shared experience. I should have set up some music here because if we're all busy, then nothing's going to happen. Yeah. No. Got my bag trapped. I'm okay though. Everything's fine. We're all okay. I see Master Yoda's watching again. Hello to Richard Burt of the Jewellery Works in Giffnock. Jewellery Works in Giffnock makes some very fine, smashing and top class high-end jewellery. So if you're not going to get your jewellery from Vanilla Ink, one, why not? But two, if you're not going to go to me to get jewellery made, I would strongly recommend getting jewellery from the Jewellery Works in Giffnock. But get it from me though, because I need the money. If you don't know the story there, Richard taught me. Tell us more about Vanilla Ink. Right. Okie dokie, so way back in 2014 was the first time I met a young lady called Kate Pickering, who was running Scottish Jewellery Week at that point, and she invited, well, she didn't actually invite me to talk, she invited the person who I was working for to talk. And she couldn't be bothered with it and said, can you go, Scott? And I went, aye, okay. So I went and I did a talk at Scottish Jewellery Week where I just rambled a little bit like this, where I had to follow the world's most handsome and sexiest man, who was just totally cool, and then I had to go on straight after him, so brilliant, thanks for that setup, Kate. But that was the first time I met Kate. And then, while Kate was still in Dundee, as I said, more and more people were coming and looking for skills development. And Kate has only limited, and she won't hate me for saying this, she's only got a limited amount of skills as a jeweller. In comparison to me being highly trained and high end. And I started freelance teaching for her, and she invited me along to teach in Dundee. And there were a handful of guys there who we're still in touch with, who were at Vanilla Ink 2.0 Inception. Jen Cunningham was there, Sarah and Isla Spalding were there. I can't remember the other guys that were on there. But while I was teaching, Kate was listening, obviously, and she liked the way I talked, and we kind of clicked and got on. And her genius brain was going. Christina was there. Her genius brain was going. And she thought, this could be the guy we need to take Vanilla Ink to the next level. And obviously it wasn't immediate, and it took a long time to get going. But in 2017, dreams became reality, and that's when I properly joined. Pretty much 3 years ago now, officially, and the rest is history. And what was nice was it was really lovely at the start because we really like each other, but now we hate each other, and we're really thankful for lockdown. I'm only joking, we get on really well. She's my wee partner in crime. I've just heard my wife say from the kitchen, I think it's gin time. And I honestly couldn't agree more. Can I have one? I don't think she heard me. Now, I wouldn't recommend drinking and making jewellery. In fact, I would strongly advise against it. However, these are different times. And in Glasgow, your child's birthday is an excuse to get pissed. Can I have a gin? Everyone's ignoring me. How we doing, lads? This is where I'm at. So as you can see, it's far too tall. It's ridiculous. So I was actually pretty right in the first place when I said maybe Kate will be right. And that's another story about Vanilla Ink, because the story is Kate is usually right. So I might just take this down a little bit. Now what you got to remember, if it's a wee bit too high and then you take it down, is that's not going to be a square anymore, so you'll need to adjust the shoulders as well. And remember to file it flat as well, don't go squint. Hearing stories is making you so homesick, like Vanilla Ink homesick. That what you mean, Lewis? Ooh, I'm going to be a bit squint. Ooh, I'm going majorly squint. Let's sort that out. So file that down a wee bit more. See, I think that's a bit better, isn't it? So if you want to know what height that's at, 5. Right, is a nice height, I think, anyway. If you've got less than that, it's fine. Don't worry about it. It's absolutely fine. Don't you worry about a thing. So obviously that's not square anymore. It's became quite rectangular, so I'm just going to take in the shoulders a wee bit and make it square. Now there are loads of ways of doing signet rings. There's loads of shapes that can be in the top of a signet ring. Round's the most traditional. So even if you got to the square stage and you wanted to then make it round, you could do so by carefully just filing up, taking the sharp edges off and blending it all in. Also, we've just taken it straight like that. Some of them curve up to the head like that. But I know a lot of guys here are beginners and maybe not have done a signet ring before, so I wanted to do it the most basic way. If you're coming back to doing this and you want to try it again, what you can do is instead of having a flat side, you could make it curved out. So use a nice round, half round side of there and curve it. But I thought because we're having it quite square on top, that the nice straight edges makes perfect sense to me. Remember when you're doing this to keep tagging us, both me and Kate, on the Instagram, on Instagram stories, on Facebook. I am Scott Vanilla Ink, Kate is Vanilla Ink UK. Tag is in it. So we're getting to the stage where we're getting nice and refined. Okay, and this, as I said, this is the most basic way of making signet ring. It's a bit wide, but I wanted to make it nice and chunky and wide. So, just to make sure, now I think it's still a wee bit rectangular, so I'm just going to check that this is now just sitting just over 15mm, and the other way it is just under 16mm. So I'm just going to take that in a wee bit, okay? How are we? Let me know in the comments. Nobody's been talking to me for a while. Where are we at? What stage are we at? What are you up to? Let me know. I said, what's the time? It's nearly 5 to. We've still got until past with this, so don't worry. We're all just here hanging out, having a bit of fun, making together, feeling like a bit of community. I am sad to announce that nobody made me a gin. Amy, do you want to come on the internet? Say hi to the internet.
Hi.
Why didn't Mum make me a gin?
I don't know.
Alright. Is she in the kitchen or is she out in the garden again?
Yeah, it's in the garden.
Alright, that's fine. I'll get this once I'm done. Alright. Say bye, Amy.
Bye.
Bex says she wants to start again. Well, that's fine, you can start again. But stick with this one you've got just now, okay? Don't worry about that because that's your ground zero, that's your first one. You've done And then what you should see is progression from there. So always keep your first one, because if it is crap and you're unhappy with it, then you can go, that's how shit I was back at the start, and look how good I am now once you do subsequent ones, right? Jill says she's mesmerised. And Christina is making a rectangular one. That's fine. So remember, guys, with these, sending a virtual gin. Thank you, Zoe. So remember, with these, the way I'm doing it is just a guideline. I like when some people have been embellishing them and doing them their way, which was nice to see. I loved last week. You can't really do this with the wax carving, but last week when the guys were turning their lockdown into different pieces of jewellery, that was great. Both me and Kate really enjoyed seeing what you were coming up with. Okay. So it's nice, and crisp, and straight, and even, and sharp angles. All right. Where are you at, guys? What are you up to? Tell me. How are we doing? What stage are we at? How even is it? How wonky is it? I ended up doing a curved one by accident. Smooth and squint. 2 words to live by. It's like my head. Smooth and squint is not bad at all, Bex. That sounds good to me. Very wonky. That's fine. There's plenty of time to make it unwonky. I don't need Alison Arrowsmith to put the idea of gin in your head, because you just constantly think about gin. So don't blame me for that, alright? So, seeing as it's Jake's birthday, I'm giving you all permission to start drinking early. And to celebrate in with the McIntyres today. Not every day one of your Waynes becomes an actual real life teenager. I mean, he hardly seen him all day. He's away upstairs with his black guitar, being like an emo. Steph's waiting for the catch-up vid. She just still needs to taper. That's fine. We all go at our own pace. That's absolutely fine. Rowan is a bit rough. Don't worry about it. Ashley has gone on a tangent. What do you mean you've gone on a tangent? What do you mean? Party time, Janet. You're right. The McIntyres are partying. So it's your child's birthday. It's time to get pissed. Yes. He's been practicing since he was about 3. What, for being an emo? That's where I'm at. Okay. I have, Sarah, baked my cake, which you will see via my Instagram later on. My God, is this a cake? Or is this a cake? Wait till you see it. It's magnificent. Me and Amy were busy yesterday making him a cake, as well as being in a 3¼ hour webinar. 3¼ hours. So if you've got to this stage, well done. You've carved a signet ring. Okay? It's basic. It's entry level. But you can see now how you can embellish it. You can see that you could get curves up the sides there. You can see that you could turn that into circular and then round off the sides. What I'm going to do now, and if you want to join in with this, is I'm going to chamfer the edges and turn this into an octagon, 8-sided. Okay, and I'm not going to use my big file for this. I'm going to use a smaller file just to be a wee bit more accurate. All right, so I'll do one side and then we'll see how it goes. So this is quite tricky, particularly to keep the blue wax nice and sharp. I think if I was doing a signet ring, I would most definitely use the green wax. But can we see? Yeah, you can. So see that corner that I've taken off there? It's difficult to show you what's going on. And then I've taken the chamfered edge right down the side there. Aha. See? Baldy heads are great. So you can see I've taken that chamfered edge all the way nice and evenly down to the end. Okay? See it? See? See it? See it? See it? See it? Alright? So if I do that to the other sides, then that'll be an octagonal. So it's not a perfect equidistant, like your lateral octagon. But so it's a square with the corners taken off. What's going to be better? So that file for doing the donkey work, and this one for refining. That's fine, Rona. If you want to stop at where you're at now, that's absolutely fine. I'm not expecting everyone to do this chamfer. I just thought it might be interesting for those of us who got a wee bit more experience and want to try something a wee bit different. Yeah. Got the dropsies. Two sides done. You see that there now? Now, in the wax, it's quite difficult to get these chamfered edges nice and crisp, so that's actually quite good showing it off. Obviously you'll be able to get them much sharper and cleaner in the metal, but I'm going to do them a little bit here. And then I'll just refine it now with this one, and I'll try and keep it as sharp as possible. Very difficult to get this effect that we want. But as I keep saying with wax, guys, and I'll say it again and again and again, knowing when to walk away is an art form in itself, lads. Glad you're getting piece backs. Amy didn't shut that door right when she went back, which means it's swinging shut. So I would just go back in here and refine it. There's still some marks on the sides that you might be able to see from seeing them there from being up against the bench peg, so I would go in and sort them out. But there we go, octagonal. I'll try and get this light over here now. You can see what's going on. Yeah, there we go. There's a nice shot. See that nice octagon there, and then the nice chamfered edges as well. See them? Alright. Nobody wants to see that bright and up close. So this is very simple, entry level, shiny, very, very simple entry level Signet ring. But now that you know the process of doing it, and as I said, it's quite methodical, isn't it? So you can imagine that being round, you can imagine the ones we do that are oval as well. And you can imagine it being square. Now, as I said, I made this quite chunky, but you can make yours a little bit more delicate as well. So you see that nice octagon shape that's there. Lucy says hers is starting to look like a ring. Nice one. So you can see that the light's picking up these nice angles now. See, look at that. Beautiful. These nice chamfered edges there. You can see the light just reflecting off them and showing how crisp I've got them, and it's kind of the best I can do in blue wax. Alright, see that? And you can imagine if that ring was brush finish, but you had the chamfers, a nice high polish, and the top of it was a nice brush finish as well, but you burnished the edges. So that would look really, really, really beautiful. There's my nice pinky ring. Yeah, it's a beauty. It's huge, but I'm loving it. That's nice, man. I like it. And for being quite big and chunky, it's quite comfortable actually. Good enough. It's nice. I like it. What time are we on? 10 past. How are we all doing? Tell me. Tell me how you've got on. Tell me how you're doing. Where have you got to? What's happening? Talk to me. Talk to me. Has this challenge been a difficult one. I did say we were going to step it up as we go along, so. Have you coped? Have you enjoyed it? Has it been good? Let me know. Anybody? Is anybody there? Have I just been talking to myself? Or are you just too busy? Which is nice that you're all involved in it. I like that. Set up a bench on a sunny balcony. Nice. Sally says she's looking forward to doing this later this evening. That's fine. Here's your end result, Sally. I want yours to look exactly like that, okay? Lots of refining, yeah. Just tinker away now. I mean, as I said, this is really wide, but I wanted to make it like that. But I can make it a lot more delicate if I wanted to. So, what advice would you give if you've filed off too much and it's wonky? Straighten it up and make it more delicate, or start again, basically. Take the time. Yeah, if you're new to wax, that's fine. It's something that you'll take a good while to learn this. I was terrible at it for a long time. So, Megan, now that you are like the wax champion, you can just take over from these because you're clearly better than me at wax carving now with all the wax that you've been doing. Lots of refining needed, that's fine. Catching up later, not a problem. The point of these is me to show you within the time limit. But if you don't do it at the exact same time, that is absolutely fine because you've got, you can watch this on catch up, you can stop it at places, that's fine. Rebecca, squint but having fun refining. That's the therapy part of it for me. So I like just tinkering away and blending things in, and I like making things with nice straight edges, but I also like making curvy things like my work in progress for Connect, big sweeping epic curves and everything. So I love things like that. Any tips for filing, smoothing off file marks? An old pair of tights hooked over your finger, then rub it. Okay, is the best way to do it. Sarah says, I'm finding it really hard to do in rings to file the shanks and keep the thickness even all the way around. Yes, it's not easy. It's just because it's so soft that you need that delicate touch to keep it that way. So hold on. The door was annoying me. So yeah, it's not easy, Sarah, to keep a kind of even distance all the way around, but that just comes with time and experience, basically. So don't worry about it if you can't do it just now. It will come, I promise. I promise you it will. All right. Okay. Right, so that's 1:15. I've done as much as I'm going to do with this. I might tinker away with it and just refine it a wee bit more, just get it kind of finished off, because I'm going to get all these cast, the things that we did. So next week we go back to saw piercing. Pierce is diamond shapes. So do you know when you get the kind of outline of a diamond and it's got the crisscross in the middle? So we're going to saw pierce diamond shapes, and just like we did with lockdown, we'll give you some templates that you can either print off or trace, and you can make them whatever size you want, because what we're encouraging you to go and do is then to make jewellery from them. So as I said, Hannah Muir made lockdown earrings last week, so you can make it big because you make a big pendant with it, or you can make two ones, make them earrings. But next week we're going back to saw piercing, and we're going to be saw piercing diamond shapes. Okay. So thank you for joining us today. I look forward to doing this every week, and it's great. I'm looking forward to getting back to saw piercing next week, so make sure you've got your sheet on order, if you can get some copper, brass, or if you're decadent, silver sheet, and have plenty of saw blades and drills for drilling the holes, because we've got a lot of cutting out the inside to do next week when we're saw piercing. And we're going to give you a couple of choices. We'll give you simple ones and then maybe a wee bit more advanced and then a kind of very advanced one if you want to cut that out and test yourselves. Okay. So thank you for turning up. Thank you for hanging about with me. I love doing this each week. It's absolutely fantastic. I love when you join in. I love seeing how many of you are joining in. I love chatting to you. And it's nice, so everyone's saying their thanks. So it's lovely to be able to do this and connect with all you guys. And on the subject of Connect, brand new video out tomorrow. This week's Connect is sponsored by Harbour Lane. Tony Gray will be choosing the design of the week. Get your submissions for Connect in to me by honestly 12 o'clock latest tomorrow, because it takes me all day to make that video. So please get the Connect submissions in as early as possible, and then we'll look at the brand new commission design brief for Connect tomorrow. So I'm now away to drink gin in the garden, so stay safe, keep well and be kind, guys. Peace out. I'll see you all later. Bye. Look after yourselves.